TikTok when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big B and that B stand for bands. If you wanna see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. I say left cheek, right cheek, drop it low with this swing. Texas up in this thing, put you up on this game. I be part of my frame, gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain.
Hey guys and girls, you might be wondering why you're wearing the same outfit you were wearing in your last video. That's because I just had a light bulb moment in my last video, so let me do this now. Right, so this video is going to be why I gave up acting, why I gave up pursuing acting. There's one reason, there's only one reason, and let me get to the reason right now. Not being able to remember my lines. That is the number one reason I gave it up. I think it was when you're in year 9 is when you pick your GCSE. So at the end of year 8 you decide what you're going to do for your GCSEs. This is in the UK. I know in the US they have GEDs. I don't know what they have in Canada and Australia and other first world countries. But in the United Kingdom obviously it's GCSEs. Obviously you're in school from 12 to 16. Year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, year 11. That's secondary school or like high school. So in year 9 I started studying performing arts. I was okay with memorising lines, I was alright. In year 9 I actually did a school play, Alice in Wonderland. I was the Queen of Hearts. I actually have a picture at my mother's house on my desk of me, like this, singing the words to Who's Been Painting My Roses Red? I was actually very good at the time. Anyway, so I was good at memorising lines, I guess, year 9. Year 10 I was alright. I will never forget, so I studied acting from year 9, and then year 10, year 11, I went into 6th form, studied performing arts. I basically thought, okay, this is too difficult, let me go to college. I know, I backtracked, I fucked up, I know, but I couldn't deal with the stress of 6th form. 6th form is like you're still in school, you're still being treated as a kid. So I thought, no, I'm going, fuck this, I'm going to college. So I went to college, I did 2 years of performing arts from 2014 to 2016. And by the end of 2015, by 2015, so 1 year into my performing arts at college, I realised it wasn't what I wanted to do anymore, because I was shit at memorising lines. I don't know what it was, I was just so bad at acting back then. Like, I remember in Redbridge College, if anybody that went to Redbridge College is watching this, know who you are. If any of you are watching, basically, I used to be so shit at taking criticism. Any day that I was tired, I wouldn't put any energy and any effort into my acting. I wasn't always the best at it, and I think watching TV shows now, because Netflix, the sort of shows that go on Netflix, the acting is just outstanding. The acting on Netflix shows, you forget that it's not real. That's how good the acting is. Like, when I watch Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, when I watch The Order, when I watch V-Wars, Vampire Diaries, Hemlock Grove, when I watch any like shows, I don't know, anything that I'm intrigued by, which is like serial killers and stuff, like if it's acting, if it's not a documentary, because usually serial killer stuff is documentary. The acting is so good, and I was like, one of the things I was shit at. I remember in Redbridge College, my teacher Nigel, right? He was actually in a soap. It was called Countryfield City, whatever it was called. It's something. It's similar to Emmerdale, but it's a bit older. So I think, what was his name? Nigel Crawford. Anyway, so basically he said to me, right, so when you go and do this scene, can you make sure you do X, Y, and Z? And then basically, when I actually did the scene, after I did the scene, he was like, you didn't do anything that we spoke about. You didn't do what you said you were going to do. And I don't know why, I just snapped. Because first of all, it was criticism. Second of all, I'm a very sensitive person. And it's just like him telling me to do this and to do that and to not do this and to not do... And like, basically, I couldn't deal with being criticised on my acting. I didn't understand at the time that that is how they were going to make me a better actor, by basically telling me how to act better, basically, how to be a better actor. But the number one reason I gave up acting is, I know, not being able to memorise my lines. Like, I just thought, how am I going to pursue acting if I can't memorise my lines? Because I saw some pretty scary shit. Let me explain. So, Lost Girl on Netflix, that is with Lauren Silk and this blonde Canadian woman who's also a lesbian in real life, and she's really lovely. Yeah. So if you've watched Lost Girl, I'm talking about Lauren, the woman that plays Lauren, the doctor that works for the big guy in charge, can't remember his name now. She said in an interview that she did that when she got one of the scripts for Lost Girl, she had to learn her lines in 5 days. 5 days. 5 days. Yes, 5 days. Right. I've done plays in the past, and I actually did a performance at the Royal London School of Speech and Drama, something like that. It was the Royal School of Speech and Drama somewhere. It's in Swiss Cottage. Catherine Tate actually went there, and I did a performance there when I was about 16. Forgot my lines on the first performance. We had I think it was. I don't think it was a matinee. I think it was it was like an evening performance. But I forgot my lines, and I just stood up and I just went, oh, "It's so terrible living here. I just can't." It was so crap, and I could see that the audience could see that I'd forgotten my lines, and it was humiliating. If anybody that went to Redbridge College with me, and you went to, you know, and you know what I'm talking about, we did this performance about these women that were basically, it was like something to do with the barbed wire. It was written by this Scottish playwright. He came and taught. I think his name was Robbie. He's like a Scottish guy, grey hair, kind of about 5'6". He always wears a kilt. But yeah, so it was Hanging on the Barbed Wire, I think it was called. And yeah, I was so crap at it. I'm good at remembering lines here and there, but I had to memorise a whole monologue. And like, it was like I had a week to learn it. I still couldn't. I need a month to learn a script properly. A month. Like, and I know a lot of actors, they get a script and they're meant to learn the script in sometimes a day. Like, so some actors have to learn their script in a day, 5 days. I can't do that. So that's why I think I gave up pursuing acting, because when I go to job interviews and when I go, you know, and I apply for a job and everything, they say, oh, you've got a lot of performing arts on your CV. I see you studied a lot of performing arts. So okay, you're going to be doing acting. And it looks weird and it looked kind of bad, because like I spent like, I think that was about 6 years of my life I spent just studying acting, and then I didn't actually pursue it. So I just wanted to talk about this. I just wanted to talk about this. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. I don't really think there's much else to say, really. I mean, if somebody would help me be a better actor, maybe I'd consider taking it up, but I don't know. I'm not good at memorising lines. So memorising lines and then being heavily criticised are the two things I can't deal with. I mean, I can deal with criticism a lot better now, especially obviously with trying to start my own business and everything. But I can't deal with not learning my lines, not knowing I don't learn my lines in 5 seconds. Most actors and actresses, they seem to know their lines in 24 hours. How'd you do it? I don't know. Give me the skills. So I wasted 6 years of my life studying something I didn't even pursue, because I don't have the confidence in myself to believe that I can actually do acting well and learn my lines quickly. Okay guys, I think that's the end of my video now. Thank you for watching. If you're still watching up to this point, you're an absolute legend. I'm going to try and make this as watchable as possible, guys, I promise you. Anyway, love, peace, and mwah.